underway right now between Secretary of State Rex Tillerson and Russia's foreign minister.
Yeah, the two diplomats shaking hands as tensions rise over Syria. Leland Vittert is following the latest developments for us. He is live in our nation's capital with more. Good morning, Leland.
Well, ladies, good morning to you. Already afternoon there in Moscow, and we are getting a little bit from this meeting. Foreign Minister Lavrov speaking to the press, saying it is important to understand the real intentions of the United States. This happened when the two men shook hands before their closed-door meetings. Secretary of State Tillerson saying they want to further clarify areas of common interest and to further clarify areas of sharp differences, why they exist, so we can narrow them. That's the very preliminary words out of this meeting. We expect the Secretary to try and continue to walk the very fine line that President Trump has between keeping the Syrians from using chemical weapons and at the same time keeping the United States out of another front in Syria.
Frankly, Putin is backing a person that's truly an evil person. And I think it's very bad for Russia. I think it's very bad for mankind. It's very bad for this world. But when you drop gas or bombs or barrel bombs, they have these massive barrels with dynamite, and they drop them right in the middle of a group of people. And in all fairness, you see the same kids, no arms, no legs, no face. This is an animal.
Tillerson's trip to Russia was planned before the strike against Syria. As CEO of Exxon, Tillerson was awarded the Russian Order of Friendship by President Putin. Now, you could say his message is a little less friendly, essentially telling the Russians to abandon their longtime ally of Bashar al-Assad, and if not abandon him, at least control him.
The goal right now in Syria and the military campaign is focused on accomplishing that, is breaking ISIS, destroying ISIS in Syria. This was a separate issue that arose in the midst of that campaign, the use by the Assad regime of chemical weapons, and we addressed that militarily.
As of late, the war of words between Moscow and Washington has been unusually blunt, including Tillerson's comments that Russia was either complicit or incompetent when it came to the gas attack. And ladies, there is a joint press conference scheduled for later today, early evening Moscow time, which could produce a lot more than the typical diplomatic niceties, depending on exactly how much these two men want to air what happened in private out in public.
And Leland, we were just discussing during your report, has there been a specific announcement whether or not Tillerson will in fact meet with President Putin?
So far, no, and that's pretty telling in the sense that these are two men who were known to have pretty good ties. The Secretary, when he was CEO of Exxon, and President Putin were known to be friends. They were known to get along well. In fact, one of the big issues during Tillerson's confirmation hearing was how close he was to Putin, and now Putin won't even meet with him.
Yeah, well, John Kerry met with him frequently, so this is very telling. Thank you, Leland.
Thanks, Leland.